Nam yo ho ning ge ko 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 nam yo ho ning ge.
Hi, I'm Margaret, and this is the website where we take Buddhist philosophy and practice and apply it to the problems and concerns of everyday life. This week, we're going to be discussing the topic, Your Life is Your Curriculum. A question came in this week. How do I deal with or overcome office politics? It seems I have bad job karma. Now, before we go into the specifics of this question, I want to take some time to remind you of what we're connecting with when we chant. The following quote came from Life and Enigma, a precious tool written by Daisaku Ikeda in the 1970s. Quote, "In the innermost depths of all beings, there's the primal life force, and it causes living beings to live. The same force supports inorganic matter and works it into the harmonies and rhythms of the great cosmic existence. In Buddhism, it's called the mystic law. When this force manifests itself in the physical world, it appears as the laws governing the inorganic world, which makes possible chemical compounds and controls the physical pulsations of the universe. In other words, the laws of physics, chemistry, and astronomy are simply particular phenomenal manifestations of the mystic law of the cosmos. Similarly, the life force constructs the world of spirit, creates intelligence, gives birth to conscience, gives force to urges and instincts, and thus creates all variations of mental and spiritual activity." Unquote. I particularly like to share that with you because I didn't read that until I've been practicing for almost 10 years, and everything just kind of came into focus when I got it. So I'm sorry if I've been giving it to you too frequently. Okay, so our lives are an individualized form of cosmic life, and we're connected with the innermost source of cosmic being at our core through our Buddha nature. It's through this connection that we can find the answers to any question, and it's through this connection that we are never deadlocked. And when you think about it, we're connected to the constantly evolving, growing life of the universe. So it's our nature to grow and expand along with it. Now that we're reminded of the power of the mystic law, let's look at the question. I think that there are two aspects to this question. The first addresses how we chant when we're not directly impacted by the situation. And the second addresses how we chant when it's our own karma that's part of the equation. The following experience illustrates how one person handled an office situation when she was not directly impacted. Betty worked for a bully of a boss. She wasn't personally directly affected, except when her boss was just a little snippy with her. But her coworkers and the people she supervised were having a radically different experience. They were being passed over for projects, berated for what they did do, and the boss made many of them cry. She didn't pick on her equals, but only on people who were under her. This situation was absolutely unacceptable to Betty. She promised her people that she would see that something was done to solve this problem by the end of the year. When she made this promise, it was about Thanksgiving. This promise put Betty directly on the spot, as there wasn't much time between Thanksgiving and the end of the year. She had to get something done. She started getting up an hour earlier every morning to chant about the situation. She says, quote, "I chanted my brains out with the determination that the problem would be taken care of by the end of the year. I chanted that the problem would be solved and that the bully would be able to self-reflect and see what she was doing to people," unquote. Not too long after, one of the department heads called Betty in to ask why she was getting so many complaints about this manager, kind of all at once. Betty said that there was nothing new about this situation, that the woman was very capable with her financial duties, but had absolutely no ability to supervise people. Betty continued to chant with determination and focus that this problem would be resolved. By the Christmas party that year, the woman had been demoted. She no longer had responsibility for people, but did have responsibility for financial duties, her strength. Another person had been moved in to be the temporary manager. For Betty, it was a profound lesson in how we can change the impossible to the possible through truly dedicated prayer. It blew her away that the resolution happened on the schedule she gave the Gohansen. As we all know, we're taught to chant about the concerns, both to find answers and overcome obstacles. This is basically saying that our life is our curriculum, that the lessons we're going to have to learn from dealing with concerns and problems are the lessons we need to learn to grow towards enlightenment. This spirit illustrates what we can do when we're not necessarily personally impacted in an office situation. But there is a second part to this question. I have bad job karma. If the karma is yours, know that if you walk out and leave the job, that you will simply find another which has the same bad job karma. The universe is saying that something needs to change so that you don't keep attracting this situation over and over. We all know that our circumstances change from the inside out, oneness of self and environment. There's the story of a man who had an explosive temper. He kept losing it with one boss after another, but rather than seeing his contribution, he blamed it on having bad bosses. If you have a repetitive situation, then it doesn't belong to someone else. The universe is telling you something needs to change. It's time to squarely face your problems, accept the fact that something needs to be changed, and chant wholeheartedly to overcome your karma. Then take action on any ideas you receive. You can change anything when you connect with the mystic law in this way. Now, Betty did not try to tell the universe how the problem should be solved, but relied on that infinite intelligence to know the answer, because she didn't. Also, she didn't determine what should happen, only that the bully would be able to self-reflect and the problem would be resolved. Then she chanted with the goal and the determination that it would be resolved before the first of the year. When the issue is bad job karma and you're dealing with a repetitive situation, rather than blaming the boss or someone else, it's your karma which is making you suffer and which has to be overcome. So make a commitment in front of the Gohansa that you're going to overcome this karma and take action on any ideas you receive. In this way, any karma can be overcome. Here are some related URLs that I think you'll find useful. Number 1, how to lessen karmic retribution. Number 2, having a spiritual struggle when chanting for a goal. Number 3, do you know why it's important to master your mind? I really appreciate all of you sending me ideas for vlogs and encourage you to continue to do so. I'm also interested in your comments. And I'll see you in 2 weeks.